Hello everyone, Mark, Fractals and Forks on Sunday the 17th of September 2017, and I wanted to do a special report on Aussie Kiwi because I do think we are, even though the price action was not what I expected on Friday and it was very frustrating, I do think we are at important levels to go to the upside. So let's first start by looking at the monthly. What is important here? So basically, you know, I mean, this blue trend line or the upper parallel from this fork, the breakout, in my opinion, is now definitely confirmed, right? It's just a matter of from where will price, you know, go up again, and I do think we, you know, 115 or 113 will be the first stop. 115 will be a target that you know, could be a good place to maybe try to play a pullback and then go up again. But okay, that's for the future. So if we zoom in here, this fork here, right? We zoom through the median line, and wait, I've got to say something else first. You know, these parallels that you see, so let me make those blue. Those are, you know, just parallels from the big fork, this one, from the median line, and you know, so parallels, right? What is interesting here is that those parallels, this parallel caught those highs here, and as the median line, so to speak, this median line was resistance right here, and it was resistance on probably, when was it, on Tuesday or Wednesday when we got the high on Aussie Kiwi. So now that you know where those lines come from, so we pulled back from the median line here, and we're back, and we now are back at this median line. So odds are that, you know, we zoom through it, we're testing it now, and you know, the idea is that we go up from here. Now, what if it doesn't go up? What are the levels on the downside to look at? That's obviously the high from May, which is at 109.35, and then, you know, the high from April, which is at 109.15. If we go below there, yeah, then that wouldn't be good, so to speak. Okay, so that was a monthly. Let's look at the weekly, and obviously we've got the same forks here, and it's actually even clearer on the weekly where we stopped and where we're pulling back to. So if I zoom in here, this median line was resistance here, it was resistance here the last 3 weeks, so we tried to break out above it, but obviously RSI, you know, was overbought. We tried and tried again, and now it's taking a breather. And I drew this horizontal trend line here because this could be a place, you know, where price would say, okay, I've pulled back enough, and now we're gonna make a move above this median line. I'm expecting if we make a move, maybe we'll go back to the highs here. 110.75 is actually a resistance level that we've seen. So 110.75 to 110.90, and then if we can get there this week, then the week after that we just zoom through the median line, and then we retest it, and then we go up to 115. So that's what I'm thinking. On the daily, same thing, you know. I mean, the fork, we zoomed through it here, we tested it, we went back up, we're testing it again, and we should be going up, right? So again, levels, the 109.30, 109.15, what I mentioned, I think, before. So that would put us in this area. If we go down here, then that would be an even better opportunity to get long, you know. So same thing here with support on our side. This seems to be a level, you know, that was resistance here, here it broke through it, then it was support, and we're almost there. So it doesn't mean we have to, you know, retest support again, but it's an indication. You know, price here is at the same levels. There's definitely some support here, you know, that could just, you know, prove that price is about ready to go up. On a 4-hour chart, I've got this, and you know, it actually shows if you want to, you know, do an Elliott wave count or whatever. So from here, 1, 2, and then 3 in 3 waves, and then we have, you know, wave 4 here, which is always a very frustrating one, and it's a triangle or a flag or whatever you want to call it. So that would also be another indication that, you know, we're in wave 4, which is difficult, ups and downs, and you know, trying to frustrate the hell out of people. And then when this is resolved, then we get a 5th wave, which would be, you know, 113 initially. All right. The hourly is actually something very nice. Well, there's a few things I like about this fork, and one thing I don't like, and I don't like where I had to draw the point A from. So usually, you know, I mean, I would have to draw it from here or from here. Now, what is more important when using Andrew's pitchfork is price action. So if you look at, you know, the median line, so let me make that purple. Let's say, let's make it purple. All right. So now let's look at price action around the median line. So it already starts here. You know, it was kind of support, traded around it, then it was resistance again, traded around it, zoomed through it, tested it again, right? So all those tests of this median line, like here, trading around it here, was resistance here, and more importantly, it was support here and support here. This tells me that this median line is, you know, acting as a pivot for price going up, right? So that's why this fork is actually a nice one. And if you look at the 75 line, that was resistance here, it was support number of times here, and now that's why I was thinking on Friday that it would be support here, you know, because I said 109.94, right, which is approximately here. But everything on last Friday, every single pair, you know, shot through support and resistance, and I do think that was just extraordinary moves that shouldn't have happened, and that are, you know, stop runs or whatever you want to call it. And I do think that or I hope is not a strategy, but I do think and hope that price will just take the path that it was supposed to take on Friday if it wasn't for I don't know, North Korea, the attack in London again, and I'm not really sure what if the BOJ was really interfering with the markets again. If there's so much risk going on in the world, and the S&P was almost 2,500. I mean, come on, what is wrong there? So these moves must have been artificial, and usually if it had to do something with the quadruple witching, they will be retraced, and normal operations should resume. Okay, so that was it. So the levels right here, 109.25. That would really be the place if we get there to double down, so to speak. If this is not a trade recommendation, by the way, that's something that I would do. And then next level 108.82. That would, it looks like support, but then this whole topping formation would come into play, and then the bullish scenario would be a little bit compromised, in my opinion. Now one more thing before I go. So you've seen on the correlation trader of AXI that the Aussie Kiwi actually has a 93% correlation with gold, and I quickly wanted to show you the gold chart. So a lot of lines here. I'm very well aware of it, but I'll try to explain it. So we have these parallels, that caught that. So this one actually, is just a trend line from here to here, and I've duplicated them and caught the highs here, right? And this one, starting from this low here, caught exactly the high here. So, Andrew's pitchforks is one thing, but actually the main thing about this method of trading is more about slope analysis. So the slope of influence of price, and that's why those red parallels are here, and the green one, because that's what I consider as, if we go above this, then yeah, all things clear, and let's rip to the upside. So these are from this high here, from this high here, and from this high here, and it also gives some support here. There was trading around it here, resistance, resistance here, and then we finally broke above it. Same thing with this one, and we're now at this middle red parallel, and in my opinion that could be support. The same thing though, we could go a bit lower, and that's why I'm thinking 113.09 or 13.10. That's also a possibility for gold, and we have the same kind of support here from levels from the past, where RSI had some support and resistance. So that's another indication that we could be right now already in turning mode, or that we just need to go down a little bit more and then go to the upside. Okay, that was it, and I hope that was a little bit clear, and hopefully we're gonna make some pips on this thing. It's been phenomenal already. we just need to catch this turn again, and then we should be clear for a much bigger move to the upside, and especially if gold you know, move to the upside here, and especially if gold also rips higher. Maybe a quick look at the weekly gold, then you can see, you know, target 115.40. That's $220 from here. So yeah, exciting times, and thank you for listening, and I'll see you on Twitter. Thank you very much.